Check, check. Checking my sound. Check, check. Checking my. All right, y'all. All right. Let me get everything situated first before I get going. Um, I'm just trying to make sure all my stuff up. I'm a one man band right now, so I'm just trying to make sure all my streams up everywhere, everything supposed to be at. So that's what I'm. Just give me a second. I'm out here right now, putting cardboard in the garden. Okay. Make sure we up on. Then we up on everywhere. And let me. I need to put this right here so I can see myself, y'all. All right. All right. So what I'm doing is, hold on. Let me raise this up a bit. I gotta raise this up just a little bit, y'all. I'm in the process of just trying to. I want to give y'all a better streaming experience. So just be patient with me. Cause I want it to be like almost like you watching your own little TV program. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's why I'm investing in the effort of doing this. So I'm out here today putting cardboard in the garden, y'all. Um, really, I'm just tending to the garden, really. So we get all these boxes that we ship, and I just have to get all this doggone tape off of here. Cause I don't want the tape in my garden. The plastic. Yeah, so we putting cardboard out on my rolls, getting all the tape off of the doggone boxes. So I'm trying to stream daily, but y'all know how that goes. But that's my plan, my anticipation is, and I want it to be high quality, right? So that's why I keep saying, just be patient with me as I work out the kinks. All right. I'm putting it in the rolls. I learned you don't want your ground just sitting barren, you know. You always keep something on it, whether it's just some grass. And I'm gonna try to, as I do this, y'all, I'm gonna come back and try my best to jump on the comments and stuff. But y'all just sit tight as I work through the process, and then as I get through the process, I'm gonna be able to give y'all a better experience. But working in the garden, yesterday when I was streaming, I was trying to move around, and that's just not gonna work, y'all. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Not out here until we get something figured out. That ain't gonna work. So, and I'm using what I have. Like I don't want to go buy nothing new. I'm using my camera. I already have my camera. I'm using my laptop. I already have my laptop. So we just gonna roll with what we have. I want to stick this right here. Top of this area right here. Yeah, that works. It's a sweet potato plant. Go back some. And then what I have is some staples. I have some garden staples I'm gonna put out here. I should have did this yesterday when the rain came, y'all. This would have been the perfect time. It'd been the perfect time to do it was yesterday. Shoulda, woulda, coulda though, you know. And the cardboard is biodegradable, so it'll break down in the soil. That's why I'm getting all this plastic off of here. It's tape. And I hope you guys enjoy the stream. I can't see the comments right now, but give me a few and I'm gonna go sit down. When I get done doing this, I'm gonna sit down and then we can rock and roll on the comments and talk and catch up a little bit. But right now I'm just getting my boxes out. And another thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna clean out that trailer with that chicken poo, that manure on the ground, and I'm gonna actually put that out there under the next cardboard batch I do. So I'm gonna do another cardboard batch. I have so much cardboard, and so over there put the manure straw down all over there. Then I'm gonna put the doggone cardboard on top of it just to get ready for the winter and the fall, you know. So I'm not putting that in there in the summer, but for the winter and the fall, I want to put some crop out there, some kind of stuff out. But y'all just relax and watch the show. While I'm doing, I'm trying to pull these weeds out. I got a couple of more boxes I'm gonna put out. And then I have garden staples. I'm gonna put the garden staples down, get them in there. I need to put some right there too. All right, sit tight. Let me check. I'm gonna come over here. Let me show y'all what's going on. Hold on. I'm gonna let y'all be a part of this whole experience. So this is what it looks like. What I got going on right here. This is my little setup. Let me get over here. Hold on. That's my little battery. This is my battery right here. And my laptop. This is how I'm streaming directly to you guys. But what I'm gonna do is let me walk back over here and go get my boxes, and I'm gonna get a chair. And I'll sit back and talk with y'all and tell y'all why we doing it and everything else. All right. So in a second, I'll be right back. I should have brought the chair before I started, but that's something I forgot. me sit down for a minute so we can talk, and then we'll go back out there and we'll do our finish doing our cardboard. All right, but let's talk for a second. Let me get the camera situated. Yeah, I'm a one-man show right now, y'all, but it's all good, right? I gotta go up here, man. I gotta feed everybody. I got a mouse inside my container up here. I gotta get his butt out of there, cause yeah, I got a mouse in there. I gotta get his butt out of there. I get him out today, tomorrow, one of these days. But yeah, we putting cardboard in the garden, guys, because it's biodegradable, and it's actually a weed barrier. So if y'all have been following me long enough, you know that I use the plastic weed barrier. I've been using that plastic weed barrier for a couple years, and I stood by it, right? But what I realized was I was getting plants, but the quality of the plants really wasn't there. You get what I'm saying? So this year I decided to try without weed barrier. And let me show y'all. And I got a zoom lens on, so y'all should be able to see. So that's my regular garden. And you see all the plants, tomatoes, look, eggplant, peppers, everything coming in, man. Whereas when I was using that weed barrier, man, I was struggling like I was, right? So I decided, and what made me get to this point when I was using that plastic weed barrier, what made me get to this point was my sweet potatoes. I last year when I planted my sweet potatoes didn't do well. So I came back and I was trying to figure out why. Like why my sweet potatoes didn't do well. I've grown sweet potatoes for, and grandmama, she made sense. Grandmama said, it's that plastic doing it. So I learned, but so I'm gonna do the cardboard right now. And I have so many boxes around here. Like really I done burnt up so many. I should have kept them too, but believe me, we get boxes by the pallet. I got a whole container full of boxes. So I'm gonna get these out. These are scrap boxes right here that we using. And shoot, I have them out in my garden over the next few weeks. I get them all out. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. Let me see any comments. I'm over here on the comments, and then we'll get back out there to the garden. Hey y'all, hey everybody. Hello, Charlie. What's up, brother, sister? I don't know. Charlie is a name that could be male or female. Did I say it yesterday? Apologize. Charge it in my head, not my heart. I'm going also with the cardboard. Yeah, I'm doing cardboard this year, y'all. Hello. Use a blow dryer to soften the glue and the tape will come off easier. Okay, take your time. Yeah. Appreciate you there. What's your name? Quandra. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just trying to get it all set up right. It's just me right now doing this. But I wanted to be something good for y'all. So we're gonna stream. I'm gonna do my streaming and I'm outside and I'm gonna I can't go far because I'm on the Wi-Fi right now. So I gotta do the best I can do. As we start getting up on the top of the hill, I gotta come up with a solution. So this will buy me a little time. It'll buy me a little time and then we'll figure it out. Yeah. But yeah, I'm putting the cardboard out there. Hello, everybody. Hello. Happy Wednesday. Hey, Stephanie. How you doing? Yeah. But yeah, we're putting cardboard out in the garden today. And it's doing, I'm gonna be honest. And I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. When I started growing my food, I started this 4 years ago, right? I want y'all to understand. I started this 4 years ago when I moved down here. I hadn't done it before. I had tried to grow me a little garden when I was in the city or whatever. but nothing. I grew it in the front of the house, right? And the boxes wasn't deep enough. So what I didn't know was I wasn't gonna get but certain type of plants that have shallow roots, but not really plants that need to be planted deep. So I wasn't getting much. So this side over here was full of doggone sand. So I decided to come over here and try to plant. And I did okay, but like I said, I was using the weed barrier, nothing, hardly, right? So I added compost. Got the guy down at in Lenox, Georgia. It's a company called Black Gold Compost, cotton compost. I go down there and it's a family owned business, man. He'll bring you some out to your place. So I got it dumped here, got it dumped in the greenhouse, etc. Added it into the soil, put the, I mixed it in, put the weed barrier down, nothing. Got a little something, but nothing really. But what I notice is, and this is what I can give you as a lesson, is that if you do something to your soil, every single year is going to get better. Every single year. So if you're trying to start gardening in your dirt outside, the more you do to your soil, every year is going to get better. Your crop and your harvest will get better because the soil is getting better. Especially if you're planting stuff in the ground like legumes, like beans, potatoes, stuff like that. They actually add nitrogen back to the soil. So the quality of the soil is going to increase. So if you look at my soil over here, like this soil over here, let me show y'all on the ground over here. Even though I didn't get the sweet potatoes I wanted, and the soil quality is that much better. Now that batch right there, you see those bushy, all those batch of greens, things growing, those purple hull peas, and I threw them right there just to see if they'll grow. But all in the same breath, I'm knowing it's gonna add something back to the soil. That's why we did cow peas out in the pasture area, the fields out there, right? So all out there where my goats graze here in a few, a month or so, because it's coming in real well. We put a whole bunch of cow peas out there, a lot of them. That's those funny looking things like beans. And what it's doing is they're gonna help repair the soil, y'all. They're gonna help repair the soil. So that's the logic behind it. Why we do it. Well, why I'm doing it. But I can tell you, without a shadow of a doubt, guys, the more you fool with your soil, the better your soil is gonna get. So get out there and fool with it. Add something to it. Like I'm putting this cardboard out here. I'm gonna put cardboard all through the garden. I mean, it's gonna be a bunch of it. And as that break down, when we come back in the fall, in the winter, that's gonna be that better, much better. Let's see. I'm gonna try to hold on. Sound. Let me ask y'all. Did the sound? Somebody said the sound went out. Can y'all still hear me? Somebody let me know. Somebody said the sound went out. I just want to make sure y'all can still hear me. Check. Hold on. If you can hear me, let me know, man. Check. Okay, it should be on. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I was just making. Oh, sound good. We see you hear you on YouTube. We hear you on Facebook. Hear perfectly. Thank y'all for that. Y'all remember I'm a one-man band right now, so when y'all see people streaming online, they got people holding the camera, holding the lights and everything. It's just me right here, but it's all good though. I want to give positive content. I do, man. I want the content that I provide. I want you to be able to come to my page and see positive, calming, peaceful stuff. Like the world is so chaotic and confusing. Like you don't know what to believe, you don't know what to eat, you don't know what to drink, you don't know where to go. Like it's just so confusing. So when you come watch a video that I'm putting out, I want it to be something calm and peaceful to add peace to your life. You get what I'm saying? So I'm pulling out these doggone cardboard box. So Clifford say no sound. Clifford, it may be on your end. Everybody say they can hear me, brother. Yeah, it's on your end, my friend. Cause everybody, Stephanie say she can hear. My people on YouTube say they can hear. Um, Let me see. Nobody on Kick or Twitch has responded yet, but everybody said they can hear. So I think it's on your end, my friend. Yeah. Check your headphones. I know you can't hear me, but yeah. No, sound is good. Sound is good. Yeah, so that's what I want to do, guys. I want to add value to it. And let me check. Just and I have to pull out my phone occasionally and see what's going on. But yeah, man, that's my goal. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, Facebook in here. But yeah, man, that's what I want to do. But I'm sitting here now just gonna add to the garden. And another thing about a garden I learned, y'all, is just do something every day. It becomes overwhelming when you don't do something every day, meaning that you allow it to get out of control. Like you should go out there and pull weeds. Don't wait once a week to pull weeds. Because if you wait once a week to pull weeds, you're not gonna want to pull them weeds, right? So just walk by your garden. If you see some weeds, pull them out. I got a flat shovel. It's around here somewhere. I got this flat shovel that I bought at the store, and it's called a shark something, shark bite, shark something. But it got a sharp end on it, man. And I take that shovel and just go down on the ground. I have a hole too, but I like that doggone shovel. I just go through there and get it up out of there. So that's what I use. But yeah, with your garden, man, make sure you're just doing something every day on it. And y'all gonna continue to hear me say this because I believe this is true. I don't think gardening is a luxury or a hobby any longer. Like I'm gonna say this every single time I pop up on live or whatever. I feel like gardening is now a necessity. I feel like gardening has always been a necessity. We was just convinced by business people that we didn't have to do it anymore and we can trust their food source, right? So that's why you seen the rise in the sicknesses that you see because we went from being self-sufficient as a people, and I'm talking about all of us, to being codependent upon business people to provide our produce and our meat for us, right? All the while they're putting drugs, chemicals, fertilizers, and stuff on them that's gonna make you sick. You get what I'm saying? So I fertilize my garden. I do, but I assume that risk. Like, okay, I'm reading it. I know what I'm putting in this stuff. Okay, I'm gonna put some on here. I assume that risk, right? But at least I know. You get what I'm saying? I know versus trusting something blindly out knowing. So I don't think gardening ever been a luxury or a hobby. I think gardening has always been a necessity. It's just that we've been too preoccupied with entertainment to realize that. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that the few generations before us dropped the ball. And I'm gonna see. I know in my daddy them generation, man, they just went to work. Them dudes just went to work, but they wanted better for us. So I understand why they did that. They wanted to go to work. They were gonna provide us nice homes, live in nice communities, go to nice schools, so we can get good educations, go to college, get good jobs, etc. Right? So I understand why they did that. They didn't do it trying to hurt us. They thought that was the right way because they came like my daddy them. They came from sharecropping. Well, I think they did it, but they didn't like live on a place. They would go pick cotton in a certain time of year. So it's sharecropping, right? Um, or just pick cotton for money, I guess. I don't know the right word for that. But so he didn't ever want his children to have to go through that. You get what I'm saying? So he'll be doggone. So he worked and worked and worked just to make sure we had opportunities that he didn't have coming up. So I understood why he did that. Right? I really do. But now on the other side of it, as we're all getting older and we're seeing how the world is going to where it's going, um, a lot of those old skill sets that in my daddy generation, them they kind of tried to get away from, they become a necessity now because we can't trust nothing. Like you can't. You'll be consuming something every day, thinking you're doing right for your body, and you giving yourself diabetes. You know what I mean? And you think you're doing right because some reports say you should be doing it. So I don't want to do that. I just want to get back to the basics, y'all. That's what I'm on. Yeah. What's up? What's up, Dustin? How you doing? Hey, brother. How you doing? Missouri, what's happening? Darius in Missouri. Tiffany, hey, your name Tiffany Anna. Hey, I've never seen that name. Tiffany Anna Jackson Childs. How you doing? How you doing? I ain't picking at your name. I just ain't never seen it before. Lighter, what's going on? Any other chemicals in the cardboard affects my plant? No. Normally the cardboard biodegrades. It just breaks down in the soil. But the main objective, y'all being y'all, yeah, Sally, y'all being y'all, is to keep something over the soil, to keep the moisture in. Um, that's the main objective, to keep something over the soil, to keep the moisture into the ground. The cardboard normally biodegrades down into the soil. It's supposed to be biodegradable. You know, I do know it's some ink on it, dye on it, stuff like that. But you know, I think we should be okay. We should. I put mulch out. I got some mulch I put out. That would be preferably the best. Wood mulch, that would be preferably the best. I got pine mulch. I got access to pine mulch as well too. Um, but I'm trying to choke the weeds out. I want to choke the weeds out. I've been using this plastic weed barrier, and um, my crop ain't been doing what it's supposed to be doing. You know, so I'm kind of like torn. The weed barrier, the plastic weed barrier, make your gardening easy. You don't have to pull any weeds, but it seems like it's choking the plants. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, we're gonna try. This is my first year trying. My first year trying the cardboard. Hey! I see y'all, Dallas. What's happening, y'all? What's it? Well, yeah. Shout out in the where you logging in from, Mississippi. What's up, Mississippi? I give you a shout out. So we just my first year trying this, man. We're gonna see how it works. If it my plants don't do well. I put ash around my plants today too. I took wood and ash out of the smoker. I cleaned it up. I got the wood. I'm trying to fire that smoke up today. I may even stream doing that. Yeah. What's going on? What's going on? What's up, Sean from VA? My tomato plant is starting of a little yellow. You getting yellow on the leaves, a little yellow on the leaves. What you should do is when your plant start. So yellow normally, in my experience, has been it need nutrition. You need to get a plant some, like some kind of fertilizer. Are you feeding it? You gotta feed it something. You gotta feed it something. Um, White leaves normally is overwatering. So what you do with the white leaves is, even with the yellow leaves, you're gonna have to cut all the limbs with the bad leaves off. Don't allow them to touch the anywhere near the plant, right? Take the leaves, remove them from anywhere around the plant. Before you keep cutting on that plant, wipe the blades of your scissors or whatever, your snips off, man, because you don't want to keep spreading it, right? Around. I don't know if it's yellow because of nutrition. I don't know if it's getting ready to turn into brown spot. I don't know. But the first thing I would do is remove those limbs that got those leaves on them. Tomatoes don't need the limbs, guys. They need the blooms. So you don't want the plant to be focusing on trying to maintain limbs when they need to be focusing on bloom. Let me shout out everybody. You haven't fed them yet. Oh, Sean, that's your problem. You need to feed them, man. You need to put some nutrition out there for them. Whatever your form of fertilizer is, you choose, and put it out there. Just remember, if you put a high number, so if you put a high nitrogen, you're gonna get more leaves in the plant. And tomatoes, you don't really need as much leaves as you need the potash and the NPK. So it's potash and what's the other one, y'all? Potassium, whatever it is. You need that, not as much. So you want to go lower nitrogen. So in the 10-10-10. So if you look at a fertilizer and it's 10-10-10, don't I put 10-10-10 on mine, but I also trim all my limbs off. Okay. I use what I have. But you want to do something like 5-10-10, something like that, right? 5-8. Somebody in the comment will tell you the best one. Yeah, manure is good. Is that fertilizer the same as manure? But manure, you got to remember, man, you can't put manure directly on your plant. You need to let that manure dry out first, man. All right, don't put it. If you put manure directly on your plant, you probably burn it up. So what you want to do is it's got to be old manure, and then you want to mix it with some type of soil. You want it to be in your compost pile, really, man. You don't want to put it directly on the plant. Don't do that. I did that before. You're gonna burn that plant up. Don't do that. So take your manure and let your manure sit in a pile or something with your compost and turn it. Keep turning it, and it'll break down and it'll be like a soil. And then put that around your plant. All right. Okay, let me get on Ohio. Let me shout y'all out, man. Let me get the comments coming in so fast, y'all. I'm trying to Look at Decatur. Boy, what's happening? But you don't know nothing about that Decatur. It's greater. Let me see what's up with my comments, y'all. I'm finna open up my comments and okay, 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 okay. We got Dallas, Texas, Mississippi. Um, come on. Baltimore, California. What's happening? Jessup, Georgia. I was up that way not too long ago. Miami. Hey Eddie, what's up, brother? The DMV. That's right. That's right. He said, "How do you like it there? I want to move there." Well, South Georgia, I like it. Yeah, Cleveland, Ohio, Big J. Man, what's up, bro? Slow motion beat no motion. Ohio, what's up? Michigan, what's happening? What's happening? Um, Decatur, yes, sir. Mississippi, yeah, mix it with compost, yeah. 5, 10, 10. There you go. Edward Clifford. 5, 10, 10. Water it real good. Yeah, absolutely. Don't put too much 10 on it. You're gonna get too many leaves. And if you get too many leaves, you're gonna have to go out there and trim it. And you'll have a big bush and not a lot of tomatoes. You get what I'm saying? You love watching us, we love you watching. Winston-Salem in the house, North Carolina, Troy, Alabama, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Hampton, Virginia. Hey, what's up? Temple, Florida, Indiana. Yeah. Yeah, my son live in Indiana. He live in a town called Evanston outside of Bloomington. I liked it up there. I was up there. I liked it up there a lot, man. But yeah, man. So with your tomatoes, make sure. And I'm gonna tell you another thing about your tomatoes. What helped me, and somebody taught me about tomatoes. I could never get my tomatoes to grow, y'all. Never. They would grow so far and then they'll die. That's why I'm watching these jokers like crazy, man. I'm like, man, please, when you planting your tomatoes, put a tablespoon of some type of calcium in the soil. I put a tablespoon, that may be too much. So somebody may say, nah, you don't need to put that much, right? But put calcium in the soil. I use what's called land plaster. Some people use Tums. A guy commented on one of my page said that he used drywall. You need to put calcium in the soil to prevent root rot. All right. That was a game changer for me. I could never get my tomatoes to grow. And I went up to the extension office up in the town nearby and talked to those ladies up in there. Man, them ladies know some stuff. I was buying some plants. They had some determinate tomato plant, bush tomato type tomato plants. And I was like, I can't get them to grow. She said, what's the problem? I told her. She said, no, hold on. She went in the back, got me a big old bag of land plaster. She said, put that, well, calcium, whatever she said, put that around there when you plant, put it in the hole when you plant them. I said, okay, I've tried Epsom salt in the hole, nothing. The only thing that has worked for me in the hole has been calcium. So I'm sharing the information with you. I don't know if it's gonna work for you, but it has worked for me. Calcium in the hole when you planting it to prevent root rot. That's what helped me. Yep. Can you use calcium nitrate Delaware in the house? Yeah, eggshells. That's another thing I use today. I use some this year. I got some cherry tomatoes over here that I use eggshells with because somebody commented on my page like, Larry, you got all those chicken eggs. Man, you got your own calcium. What you doing? I said, you right. And every time you go to grandma's house, she got a big old bag of eggshells. So eggshells will do it too. The goal is to make your farm work and be one, or your homestead to be one organism. That's the goal. So you want to take your chicken, you want to use the eggs, you want to eat the eggs, consume the eggs, sell the eggs, take the shells, use them in the ground. You know, if you running your homestead right, like I haven't been, and now I'm just now getting to it, you shouldn't really have to run out and buy much. And that's the goal of a homestead. The goal of a homestead is to get you to the point where you self-sufficient. Like you have food, you have water, you have power. Like you got your plants growing. Like that's the goal of a homestead. All right. Yeah, I did eggshells. North Carolina, we use sardines up under our tomatoes before we plant them. Hey man, that's interesting. So do the sardines, are they in water? Are they in oil? Do they have salt? Do they have, give us a little bit more information about that. Because that's just pretty much fish, right? Omega 3s, South Carolina. And what you say, you from North Carolina? That's interesting. That's interesting. I never heard that. Now I heard of putting fish heads in the ground. I tried that before. I put fish head in the ground. Nothing. Didn't happen for me. Um, so far, my best thing has been calcium in the soil, get it to grow. When the blooms, I fertilize my soil before I start, right? I always put some type of fertilizer down, whether it's organic or not, guys. I put a whole bunch of chicken manure out in my soil this year. This soil out here should be very high in nitrogen because I went in the coop and got a whole bunch of chicken manure, spread it in the soil. But I did add some more like chemical type fertilizer to my plants over there. I know everybody not with that, and I respect that. But I put it over there on my tomatoes to see what it did, and it definitely pepped them up, man. But they started becoming bushes. They started becoming bushes. But we got tomatoes coming in. Let's see what's going on in the comment section, guys. Whoa, my grandma would put mixed coffee grounds in her soil. You know, them older people knew what they were doing. And what I like about the older people, they didn't have as many resources as we do, right? So they learned how to make do. So they, like my grandma know how to make do. So they know how to make stuff work with a little of nothing. And we got Walmart, we got all these stores you can go to buy all these different products, you know, whether it's organic or not, right? These people didn't have all that. A lot of the older people who grew up in, you know, a long time ago, a lot of them didn't have as much chemicals and all this stuff like we had. They just learned how to do stuff and it worked too. It worked. I had a friend of mine, man. His name Greg. His dad, man, used to grow the largest tomatoes. We used to go fishing and we used to catch them brims, and I just love to fry my brim. I had a fry daddy, and I would get my brims and clean my brims right there on the river. Clean them up good. Them big old fat chunky brims, that meat on the back of their necks right there. I get them and clean them jokers up, gut them, throw all the guts in the water, leave, come home with some good, fresh, clean brim. When I dropped him out, because we were fish together, his daddy used to always be on the side of the house back there. He had a tomato garden. So he'd tell me, come here. He said, here, get him some tomato. Give me 2 or 3 big juicy tomatoes. Man, I would go home, cut that fry dad on, fry me about 3 or 4 of them brims hard, man. Fry it up hard. And just slice that tomato, put a little black pepper and salt on it. And that was a meal right there, boy. I'm talking about a tomato about this big, man. Big old giant tomato, man. Big old juicy sweet tomato. The tomatoes in the store that you eat don't compare to fresh garden tomatoes because they can't allow them to ripen on the vine. So anything that ripens on the vine gonna be sweeter, have more nutrition in it, gonna have a fuller taste because it ripened on the vine. So anytime you eat a tomato out the store, just remember they not gonna be nothing compared to garden tomatoes. They not sweet. All the tomatoes you get out the store are bitter. They don't have any kind of like, you can't, no depth. They nasty. But the tomatoes out your garden, you can allow them to ripen on the vine. I mean, when they start blushing, we pull them. So when they start blushing, you can pull them off. But if you want to let them stay on a little long, they're yours. You know, you can let them stay on as long as you want to. But the stores, man, they get them more raw. You know, they probably good for frying. Let me see. Yes, man. Yeah, big boy tomatoes. I got some of them big boy tomatoes out here this year. Edward, I really do. Epsom salt does the work to help grow. I try Epsom salt, and maybe it's the type of Epsom salt that I'm using. I use like some kind of Epsom salt. It's just we just had it's supposed to be pure Epsom salt, but I think it's the kind you bathe, like you put in water or something. I ain't really get nothing. Do you sprinkle it around the plant or do you put it in the soil? Because what I normally do is, um, I come back. I got holes, so if y'all see, I got the pipe sticking up by my Let me show y'all right quick. I have pipes sticking up out of my tomatoes. Y'all see them right there? Y'all see those pipes? That allows me to water directly at the root. So if I want to add anything to the root of the plant, I can add them to the root of the plant at any time, right? So if you're saying you put Epsom salt, I'm just worried right now because they growing. I don't want to add nothing to my tomatoes, man. I'm watching them like a hawk too. I'm watching them like a hawk. I'm trying to decide like when gonna be the next time to fertilize them. It's been about a week and we got a lot of rain. So right now I wanted to dry out a bit and see how they grow. And then I may have to fertilize them next week. But yeah, man, I'm you know, man, yeah. And my eggplant, oh my God. So my goal and vision is going to be to eventually be able to take y'all over in the garden. Right now, I'm just trying to work through how I'm gonna be able to do that. And like y'all see, I'm sitting here with a laptop, this a charging station, so I can't really move that far, right? But I'm gonna figure it out. So let me read y'all say, you got that right. Store tomatoes, yeah, they nasty. In Tennessee, my elders will use banana peels, potassium, and a little baking soda for protection against from the bugs. I gotta try that, Dusty. I have to try that. So the potassium is in the banana peel. I know about that. The baking soda, I've never heard that before, but I'm not. I don't want to put. I don't put no herbicide on my plants. So everybody always asks me how you keep them off. Um, Shoot, I plant the marigolds by them. I haven't got my basil out yet. I just ordered some tomato cages because these yogurts are growing fast. So I need to put some tomato cages around them. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna have to buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I'm gonna have one plant that don't have a cage around it, and I'm fine with that. But I bought 10. It came in a 10 pack, so we'll see. But I may have to try that though. I may have to try that. Yeah, yeah. It says, let me see what he say. He said put banana peel in water and use the water as fertilizer. Yeah, that's potassium, right? I like those pipes to direct nutrients, moisture to roots. Thanks for tip. Yeah, I tried. So it was a guy on YouTube or one of the channels. It was a guy on there. I seen him doing it. Right. I didn't come up with it. I'm just being 100 with you. He was doing it. So I decided I was gonna try it. And this been my first year, and I've been able to. But we've been getting a lot of rain. But when I water, I'm watering directly at the roots. But I'm gonna do the potassium. Um, Yeah, yeah. That's why I like talking with y'all, because that's a great idea, because I can create my own potassium water out of my banana peels in the house and just let it sit in the water and then pour the water, that potassium, directly to the root of the plant. I'm gonna do that. That's what I'm gonna do with these tomatoes right here. I'm gonna give it direct potassium straight at the root. Yeah, and straight organic potassium. I appreciate that. But I got some bone meal, blood meal. Man, I had all kind of stuff, man, I've been doing around here, man. Let me see. Have you tried incredible bulk fertilizer? It's a vegan organic fertilizer that don't burn your root, but it will give you more fruit and flowers and bigger fruit. I'm gonna have to try that, Corn. I'm gonna have to try that, bro. I'm interested. I'm interested in all that. There's so many products that you don't know what to try, so you have to lock in with what works. But I always take advice from people when people tell me I'm using this and Larry, this been working for me. Let me show you my garden. Now I will warn anybody who remember your soil composition is completely different than the next person. So what may work for me may not work for them. You have to know what your soil composition is, your soil makeup, what the nutrients your soil is lacking, etc. Because your soil may not need any potassium. Your soil may have enough potassium in it that it's supporting the plant. It may be too much potassium in your soil, right? So always getting a soil sample, I would always advise you to do that off the gate, man. Like, you should know what's up with your soil. That way you know how to treat it. My soil back here in the back, man, I put so much compost in this soil back here, and I did those root vegetables this year, that I believe my soil is extremely high in nitrogen. I really do. I believe it's really high, and I added chicken litter back here, so I think it's really high in nitrogen. Hey Pam, how you doing, Pamela? Make sure you put some lime though, so you won't get the tomato. Yep, I'm watching. I'm watching. That's why I didn't do a lot of tomato plants, right? So I got a total of 11 tomato plants, right? I can watch them. And another thing I'm doing, my friend, is I'm trimming back the limbs that, if they're not blooming, I'm trimming them, right? So I'm paying attention to what's blooming, and I'm just gonna trim them off. I let the suckers come in, and the ones that start blooming. But if it's not gonna bloom, I'm trimming them from the bottom up, so I can kind of keep an eye on them doggone worms, because it's them white butterflies. It's them white butterflies that lay them worms, man. So when you see them white butterflies flying around, that's who put them worms out there. Yeah. Let me see. What's up? What's good, Country Hustle? How you doing, my brother on YouTube? How you doing? How you doing? You from Miami, and I thank you for sharing your knowledge and educating us on what not to do. Greatly appreciate you and sharing your knowledge. Yeah, well, and remember, it's all subjective, right? It works for me. So take it and build off of it. Don't take it and make it as the Bible. Like, it ain't law, because the same things I'm telling you will work for me, you try you're gonna fail at. But to have a starting point is, I feel, is so important. That's why we putting together this book, and we getting ready to put a course together, because the book that I showed y'all yesterday, the workbook, that's gonna go along with the course, right? And you're gonna be able to answer some questions in there for yourself and follow along. But my goal is to make this as easy of a transition for you, whether you just trying to do it at your own property that you have now, or you know, it's a lot of people that want to buy, especially the younger generation. The younger guys are tired, man. They don't want the quote unquote, you know, this American dream. They don't want that. They want some homesteading. They want to have a place with their children. Well, not all of them, but they want to have a place with their children, their wife, and some animals, and eat. Like, they just want to be left alone, you know. So I get a lot of response from younger people asking me questions. How can I get started, etc. Right? So I give a basis, and I want you to understand the platform is just the starting point. From there, man, you dig and research, find what works for you. If I tell you some information that don't necessarily work for you, just remember I was giving you what worked for me, right? My information, and it was no, I'm not a know-it-all type person. So if you say, man, I tried, it didn't work, I'm gonna say, dang, man, but I'm doing it right now and it works for me. So every situation is different, but to have a starting point was to help us to get started is what's important to me. Yeah. Hey. Yeah, you don't have the same soil. You said that tractor you bought, the technician out. Oh yeah. Hey, listen. Let me tell you something. Oh yeah. So I bought that Mahindra tractor. So you guys may not have seen the video. I had a Kubota 3901, and it got repossessed because I financed. That's why I tell all you guys, man, do not do this um on no bank money. Don't go, because it's exciting, and you get excited and you run out and the bank will give you this and give you that. Um but then it get tough. You know, job loss is real. Health issues are real, guys. Layoffs are real, man. So I got the tractor with everything I was currently doing. I was doing well, and then all of it stopped. And I mean, I ain't ashamed, because that's part of growth, right? Pain and loss is part of growth. So I did everything I could to keep it, man. And they took, you know, I didn't take it. They took their stuff back. So I bought that one cash, and we got a Mahindra dealership probably 30, 45 miles away from me, but this is like, no, like literally no. Like, you really gonna do a better job. Like, this is a hole in the wall little place that's no. I look back there one day trying to pay attention to the mechanics, right? They got one dude back there. I ain't see him working on nothing. Like, no. So, but we do have a Kubota dealership in the next town, a real deal Kubota dealership. Like, they got parts and everything. So I wanted a Kubota because you got the Kubota dealership up there, but I accidentally put gas in my diesel one time. Didn't know what I was doing, and I had to take it to the dealership. Right, man, they charged me $600. They don't folks charge me $600, man. But they told me, oh well. So long story short, get you something that you can pay for cash, however old it is, and just get in work on it, man. That's what I've been doing. I use AI, I use chat, I use Claude, um YouTube. You know, I ask questions and I figure it out. So that problem I had was a loose belt, man. Loose belt. So someone on YouTube asked me, do we compost? Not like we should, to be completely honest, man. Ma'am. Um, I want to, I do, and I should compost. I know it, like, so I know I'm supposed to compost, but I haven't started that journey yet. That process of getting my own compost, and I'm headed that way. Like, a lot of you might not have see how we started the video if you came onto the video late. I'm putting cardboard out of my garden right now, so I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm just having to work my way there. Hey, V, you say you love us. Thank you. And Duke is fine. Hey, look, so let me tell you, when y'all seen that video of Duke killing that snake the other day, hey man, this man is a, I just hope he don't run across a rattlesnake or a water moccasin. I just, for real. But you know, he got all that fur on him, so I think he'll be okay. But I don't want him to run across a moccasin. or a rattlesnake, because you know that bite will get them. Now a copperhead, it just mess it swell him up, you know. But Duke fine. Like that snake he got, that was a non-poisonous snake, but the snakes, when they slide across the ground, this guy is gonna kill them. I mean, yeah. He got a king snake out here one day. I was so mad, man, because y'all know what the king snakes are for, right? You need to, and I know we got so many people that hate snakes, but if you see a king snake, let that king snake live. And I know don't nobody want to hear that, especially my sisters. Y'all don't want to hear let the snake live. No, the king snake is actually hunting the other snakes. So if you leave that king snake alone, let's say you see one king snake or you see two king snakes, leave them alone. The rattlesnakes will leave. That joker is out there trying to hunt snakes. That's what he out there doing. And I know that's hard to grasp, but that's what he doing. Duke got one, a big one, out there by that pond. I come over there, big old king snake. Grandmama said, "Hey, Duke got this big old snake laying over here." Man, I get over there. I said, "Dude, no, man." So, yeah, that's another thing. I know, a lot of us don't like that, but it says, let me see. Tony says, "Don't use cardboard. It makes termites come into your garden." Okay, I hear you, man. For real. That's one of them things. I didn't look, Tony. Check this out. Hold on. What Tony at? Hey, Tony, I'm so far in it right now, man. I probably had to go ahead and just take an L on this one. I just want to see. I hear you though. I love the information, my friend. Yeah, don't not give it to me. I appreciate it. Let me say, with the help of God, my plan is to move out of Miami to some part of Florida or Georgia in a rural area with no sanctioning. Yes, I'm scared of snakes, but I will get over it. Yeah, I want 4 to 5 acres. I just want smoke. You say I just want smoke purpose birds. Oh, yeah, you got some. You want to eat purpose birds, a few sheets. I will buy all my beef. Yeah, you got sheep. Yeah, self correcting you, man. I hear you. Um, you want? Yeah, I got you. Butcher. And when I get ready to purchase land, I would love to hire. You want to hire me as a consultant? Yeah. So number one, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, man. I would stay in Florida. I would stay in Florida. Don't come out of Florida. Florida got some great rules that I'm interested in. I may can even see myself moving down there. When it comes to property taxes and it comes to income tax, Florida is getting real aggressive. Now, Georgia just passed a bill trying to cap the amount of income taxes that the counties and the cities can charge. Oh, hold on one second. Hey man.
Hey, Wes.
All right, you on your way?
Yeah, I'm on my way.
Okay. All right, man. We
Is
here.
it? Okay,
All right,
I'll be in.
all right, bye. That's UPS. Um, Let me ask Neil. Hold on. But so Florida got these things where they're passing these bills. I like Florida, man. And when it comes to what the legislation and the governor is trying to do down there. Um, hey, UPS on the way. Did you put the box? Did you put them in the boxes? Or you still got them?
I got 'em right here. I'm bringing 'em out.
Let me ask you a question. Did your mama give you that package that lady sent back?
Yeah, I just did it.
Okay, cool. He on his way.
Okay.
I know. Yeah. But so Florida is something that I'm really I'm telling you, I'm interested. I'm interested, guys. Yeah. Um, so use Dimetrius earth in your garden. Yeah, I got some. Yeah, I use that for the ants. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So if you can, that's my advice. Because there's some nice rural areas in Florida, man. They are, man. I'm telling you. A lot of lime. They got, when get the lime quarries down there, they bring the lime from out of Florida up here to Georgia. Um, Stuff like perennial peanut hay. It's down in Florida. They grow it down there. They come up here. The people in Georgia, South Georgia, pay companies and people out of Florida to come up here and drill it in South Georgia. But because the sand composition is pretty much the same in North Florida and in South Georgia, it grows and flourishes here. But if I had to make a choice to move right now, it would probably be Florida. It would probably be Florida. And I ain't trying to be on no beach area, but it's just the income tax, the state income, no state income tax. They are getting aggressive where they're trying to eliminate property tax. I don't know how they're gonna be able to do that successfully, but they trying, and the government is literally trying to do that. The state of Georgia just passed one where they trying to cap how much the counties and the cities and the states can. Not the state, the county, city can charge for property tax. Put a cap on it, man. Because you go back and get your property tax report next year, man. They done jacked your property tax up like crazy. So they putting a limit on how much it can go up. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I would do in my opinion. In my opinion, I would stay as close as there as I possibly can. Any place is good and any place is bad. You got good in every place. For real, man. Absolutely. I'm not growing any watermelon. Let me tell you why. And I'm gonna help somebody right now. When you live rurally like I live, there are so many farms around here that it's a waste of time for me to grow it. Let me tell you why. It's easier for me. I can buy a Gaylord of watermelon. The man who sell watermelons to Walmart, literally, his name is Mr. Watermelon Man. When you go into Walmart, you'll see they got the big Gaylords, right? He probably 3 miles down the road from me. I met him last year. I he got a watermelon farm. I went on his place and I just got to talking to him. Cool guy. I got a video. He ended up giving me a whole bunch of cantaloupe. I got a Gaylord of watermelon, man. I mean, a whole Gaylord. I think I paid $35 for it. I think it was $35, I think, for it. A whole Gaylord of it. I mean, and so what I learned about watermelons is you got number ones, number twos, number threes. So the watermelons, the stores only take number ones. And it's just basically if they got a blemish on there, right? So they go up there and they sort all the number ones from the number twos, number threes, number fours, right? Any blemishes. Man, they'll give you I'm telling you, you could pull up, man. And that's what a lot of these dudes be selling in the parking lot of them stores. They be selling the number twos, they be selling the number threes. The watermelons with blemishes on them. Man, you can get the whole Gaylord of them, man. $35, $40. So that's what I asked him. I said, man, I'm gonna grow me some watermelon. He looked at me, he said, why? I said, because I want to grow some watermelon. He said, man, I got all these watermelon out here. You could give me $30 for a Gaylord. You got more watermelon than you will need. So I ain't gonna grow none. I'm gonna just get that man $30, $35 for watermelon. So I don't plan on using watermelon. Let me see what's going on. Yeah, food grade is Dimetris earth. Is I say that right? Dimetris earth. It's basically, guys, you can take food grade, you can eat Dimetris earth. It kills parasites, it dries out the ants. If you ever got bugs in your house, put some Dimetris earth down. It's a good product. It's just a good product overall, and it's natural, right? We've used it several times. Like for ants, you can put it around. It'll dry up an ant bed. Man, we've used it so much. So yeah, it's food grade Dimetris earth. Yeah. Let me see what else going on. Let's see what else going on. Send him out. Yeah, I got access to plenty of watermelons, guys. For real. Plenty of them. I'm trying to pop out chat. I'm in the chat. Why is this doing this? I'm trying to see my comments, but this thing is in the way. It says our growing season is longer for most crops depending on where you're located in Florida. Absolutely. Yeah, I like Florida, guys. I like the laws, Florida. I mean, I like Florida. I do. I've been down in Florida. Oh, let me let UPS in, guys. I've been down to Florida on several adventures. Several. Yeah. And yeah, I'm letting UPS in. And yeah, I like it, man. Yeah, I like it, man. And then when I see the benefits of living there, yeah, I just, we've been taxed so much everywhere else, man. I don't know. I can't do it. And then as a senior, you think about a person, if they were able to pull off this property tax reform that they're trying to pull off down there, even if they can't pull it off for the younger people, even if they could put it off for the retirees, let's say a person been in their house since blah, 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 or whatever. It's a single family resident. They only have one home. They're a certain age, of course. I think that's fair, man. I don't think the people who on fixed incomes have to scrape up. They worked and paid into the system, paid taxes, paid off the house, and now they're struggling to make the tax payment every year. You know, that's not fair, guys. You know, that's that's why I was talking to a good friend of mine yesterday, and I told him, I said, if it don't get any better here, I'm moving from America. He said, where you gonna go? I said, I don't know, but I gotta try to figure something out. You know, what's up, brother? Here go Duke, guys. He said he wanted to say hey to everybody. So that's my plan, y'all. Yeah, that's my plan. Let me see what's up. Hey, come back. I see you. No. Hey, come here. For real. I know what you're trying to do. So the UPS man, the UPS man, the old UPS man used to get him food, right? Let's let you see him. So the old UPS man used to get Duke and Bailey them food. Now he think all the UPS men supposed to get him food. Look at the camera, Duke. They saying hey. So now UPS man is out there right now. Look, watch this. Watch it. Let's see if he gonna try to ease off. You alright. You alright. Alright, you can go. Go ahead. Look at him. Check him out. Watch this. Look, watch this right here. He trying to come on, Duke. Come on back. I see what you're trying to do. Duke, come here. He go. Come here, man. Duke, get over here. Look at his butt. Good boy. They're my big man. They're my big man right there. I know what you're trying to do. I know what's up. And his problem is not the fact that if the people wanna give him the stuff, he get mad. Like he like to get mad. Like and he don't when they don't want to give him that. And he about to pull off. Look, easing off. Yeah, yeah. And that's his problem right there. Let me see. Have you considered growing cucumbers and making pickles to sell like you're doing with the oil process? You know, I literally love cucumbers. I love pickles. Um, I have. I left me a trestle open for some cucumbers. The pickling kind though. I wanna. I do. I don't know if I'm gonna sell them though, man. I love some cute. Hey man, I love me some pickles, buddy. I love some pickles. I'm telling you, man. I love some pickles. I don't know when that happened, but boy, I love them. And I like the. It seems like the. I don't like the cheap kind. Like I don't like the cheap kind. I like the kind that's you buy at these people places and stuff that they make them. Good, boy. Um, it says, where are you thinking about moving to? Well, I'm not sure yet. It's a lot of things that have to happen before that happen, brother. But I don't know. I don't know. They say the largest African American community outside of the US is in Mexico. The African American community. I think they said it's in Mexico. It says a bunch of brothers and sisters down there done started a community down there. Um, I don't know if it's true or not because it's all words. I'm hearing all down in Central America and stuff, but I don't know, man. I just don't want to be on the hook for having to continue to, you know, be up in age and struggling to have to pay my taxes and um, the stuff that come along with this stuff in America, man. So that's been my thing, you know. We know the Lord will provide, but yeah, that's been my thing, y'all. Yeah, for real. It says dual citizenship. Yeah, I've been thinking about that as well. I just haven't, Takara, I haven't figured out where though, you know? Because you could go visit, but I want to see the real country. I want somebody who's from there to take me there. Like, I don't want to go visit no country and I'm just doing all the stops. Nah, I want a person who from there to say, come on, let's go. That's how it was. We was in Jamaica. They was trying to steer us to all the tourist stuff. I found this guy. He was cool. Jumped in the car with him. He had his nice, clean car. He said he's a taxi over there, do the tourism stuff. Man, it took me everywhere. I had a good time. I mean, I had a better time than the people on the cruise did, because we was on the cruise. I'm pretty sure I had a better time than people on the cruise did, because he took us to the people. And then when I was giving my money out, I was giving my money to the people. So I don't know, Takara, man. I don't know. I done seen a lot of different. I don't know. I don't know. I gotta figure it out. Gotta figure something out. Yeah, Duke is funny, Sean. He a trip. Duke a trip, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Yeah, Duke a trip. He one of them. He a trip. He one of them jokers, man. Yeah, Duke. He just. I don't know, man. Like he be cool with people, and then all of a sudden he'll growl at them. Like, man, leave him alone. Like that's why I tell everybody, just leave Duke alone. Don't bother Duke. You know what my wife said? That's Duke. Duke is your dog. Like we love Duke, but that's your dog. Yeah. Let me see. They would sell if you put your magic on them. Yeah, yeah. I heard about Thailand, Mary. I heard about Thailand. Yep. I heard about Thailand. Bangkok. I heard about it, y'all. Affordable with a lot of African Americans. I heard about Thailand, y'all. I have. I have. I heard they even helping the seniors to get their like with your social securities and stuff like that to be able to set it up to where you can like I guess it's do I don't know what you're supposed to do, but you can keep it. I had a friend of mine, he from Bangladesh, and he thinking about moving to Thailand. He was telling me that Thailand, so but it's one of them things now everybody know. You get what I'm saying? So now everybody knows. So when we get to that point, what we gonna do is it gonna be, but I would love to, but I would have to have me a little piece of land too, because I still want to grow my own food. I can do I get my hand on a sheep, 2, 3 sheep a year, maybe a couple goats a year, and some chicken, a little something. Right? You don't need a lot to do that, right? And I can grow me a garden. Yeah. So I don't know, guys, but I'm hearing a lot about Thailand, a lot, a lot. Um, do y'all still miss Winston? Um, it's part of it. The animals gonna die. They are. Ain't I mean, Winston was special because he was my first. So that was, you know, um, he had a special place in my heart because that was my first. I never had a male goat before. And then he just was like a big old puppy. Like he big old puppy, just acting like a puppy, Even though sometimes I didn't ever record it, but sometimes Winston would be doing some straight up stupid stuff, like, for real. Especially when them girls got in heat, you know. I ain't gonna necessarily say he was the cute Winston anymore, you know. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, yeah, but yeah, man, Winston was hold on, hold on. One second. Yeah, but yeah, Winston was a trip, man. He was. My bad, man. I'm trying to answer these text messages. Yeah, but anyway, now we have Ace, and I know all the Winston fans say Winston this, Winston that. No, Ace a better goat, guys. I raise goats, not from a point of emotional stance. And I got I got blessed with Ace. I got blessed with Ace. Yeah, but yeah, so Ace a better it's a better goat, man. He is. The babies he throw better. Winston threw color. He threw a lot of color. And when you're doing like for show, the color is God, 1 second. Yeah, when you're doing it for show, then that was Winston. But y'all remember I do it for meat. So you look at birth weights and the rate it grows out. And the Ace babies grows out faster. I got a pen full of them. I got a pen with Winston babies in and a pen where it's not full, but I got 3 or 4, 5, 6 Ace babies and a bunch of Winston babies. The babies from Ace are growing at a faster rate. Yeah. Yeah, they're growing at a faster rate. So when you're doing it for meat, guys, that's what you want to do it for. You don't want to do it for the show. That's what when people say, "Oh yeah, they pretty." I know you don't really understand. Like, and ain't nothing wrong with that, but he can be pretty. But I'm more concerned with how fast it's growing, how much weight it's putting on. At 90 days, is it 50 pounds or more? Right? If it ain't 50 pounds at 90 days, then I need to readjust some stuff because that means in the next I got about 8 months left with them after 90 days. I got about 8 months left with them. We're trying to maximize as much weight as possible that we putting on that animal because that's what you're gonna buy, right? And that's what we gonna sell. So if you want to buy an animal, let's say you want to buy 100 pounds of goat meat, I can't sell you. I sell you 2 goats because I can't even get 100 pounds out of one. Because they're not growing. Whereas with the Savannahs, they're putting that kind of weight on. It's a lot of marbleization on them too, guys. The boars are great though. Yeah, they are. They're great goats. Let me see. Team up with the African or Jamaican and open a Caribbean restaurant and triple your money off livestock. Yeah. I hear. It says, yes, whenever I travel, I like to vibe with the locals. Yeah, me too. He said, do you let people know? Don't let nobody fish out here, guys. Make sure you use that hat. Yeah, yeah, you sure you take that hat, which I love this hat. Yes, they are 50 and up, and I think you have to make like 15 to 1,200 a month or something like that. What you mean, Mary? Are you talking about? I don't know. I think I just tell me what you mean by that. I'm not keeping it. So I do. Bailey Brown is one of Duke offsprings. That's Duke daughter, guys. Yeah, Bailey Brown. That's Duke daughter. Yeah, even though she treat him like she his mama or his woman right now, but yeah, we had to get Bailey fixed. I kind of regret it a little bit, um, because you can do line breeding. I know it's nasty to some people, but you could do line breeding. You can. Could have strengthened that gene up. Bailey a trip, boy. Bailey a real live predator around him, straight up. Let's say he said. James said when you get ready to purchase, probably make sure the 3 elements in there: water, electricity, and soil. I would have never thought of that. I'm glad you said that. And when you said how to get the trees cut on your land into a plantation style, and how to get paid for them by the pound, soaking them up all year. Now you soaking up all night. Hey man, I appreciate it. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. If you have experience developing land, if you have experience developing land, buying raw land is a good idea because you're gonna get more. But if you don't have any experience in buying and developing land, I wouldn't advise you to buy raw land because and money. You're gonna need some money because it's so many hidden costs in it that so many people run out of money. You're gonna run out of money trying to like when I talk to somebody about this and I tell them it may cost you $30,000 just to get your road cut in. People don't really think that's real, but I'm telling you, you're gonna need somebody with a bulldozer to come out. They're gonna have to cut the road in, and they're gonna have to do some grading on the sides, right? They're gonna have to cut it in. They got to do a crown on the road. Like it's a lot of stuff they got to do, and then you have to come in and get some type of material laid down. Because if not, every time it rains, it's gonna wash away. So the material, whether it's crush and run, gravel, asphalt, millings, it's a bunch of materials you add. That's gonna add an additional cost. Like I said at the time, we were doing $600 a load, and they were 18-ton loads, right? So they were pretty big loads, you know. But hey, man, you will spend $25,000-$30,000 easy, depending on how long your road is, depending on, like, you can't build on a property you don't have access to. You can't build on it. So when I first got my place, somebody was coming down the driveway one day and they slid all the way over, about to hit the ditch. And by the grace of God, they didn't go over in the ditch, right? I said, oh man, I gotta get the road done. And we were scraping it. Like we would take the box blade on the track and scrape it, trying to do everything. Man, we had to get some pressure run right out here. So you better budget $20K. So if you buy a rural property in the middle of nowhere, and you know most of us want to be far, far back. Like we want to be off the road. We don't want nobody to see our place. Hey man, that's a beautiful idea, but your money better be fit that too. Your money better fit that, because the longer you back in the woods, the further the electricity gonna take. That's more copper in the wires they gotta run to you guys. That's a lot of copper. So you gotta pay for that. They not gonna do that for you for free. Now they may, if you close to the road, they may bring you 200 feet and do it, but they not gonna put no 20,000 feet back in the woods, 5,000 feet back in for free. No, you got to do the internet. You got to do we're gonna do that's the main thing: the power, the internet, the grid, right? Or you can go 100% solar. That's what I would advise you to do. So if you're trying to move way back in the woods, you know, hey man, instead of paying 20K to the power company, get your solar set up. Get your gas generator, a generator with do propane. Use that propane generator on days where it's not sunny to charge up your batteries on your solar. But remember, man, if you got a big old house, boy, you're gonna have a field of panels. Yeah, you're gonna have a field of solar panels. So yeah, man, don't do the undeveloped unless you know what you're doing. I'm telling you, man. So many people are getting shafted. They're buying properties based on emotion. And that's why I want to help. Like, you got so many people, man, I want me 50 acres. I'm saying to myself, like, bro, you don't even cut the grass at your house. Like, you struggling with cutting it. Like, you struggling with cutting the grass at your house. What you gonna do with 50 acres, my friend? I ain't trying to hate on you. I'm telling you the truth. What are you going to do with 50 acres? And you're not even getting ahead. You can't even keep your a quarter acre property maintained right. You hate to even go out there, man, I got to cut this grass. Why? Do you understand what 50 acres comprise of? Man, please. So it's time to be realistic with this land purchasing idea, man. 4 or 5 acres is great. 2 acres is nice. I'm telling you, you can do a lot with 2 acres. But it's the dream. I see this 40 acres, man. 40 acres. Give me my 40 acres, bro. If you don't have machinery, like, what are you going to do? I don't understand it. So I understand now, because I have a piece of property. I understand about drainage, soil erosion, all the stuff that come along with it. It can get real, man. So do it at your own risk. Just do it at your own risk. But I just want to also say this. I get a lot of emails from people, a lot of messages from people, all saying the same thing. One or two things. I bought a piece of property, or I inherited a piece of property and I don't know what to do with it. I'm telling you, a lot of people, a lot. Like, it actually surprised me, the number of people, women, men, a lot of women. Like, it's amazing. It's been a lot of women reach out saying, I inherited this property, or I bought this property, or me and my late husband bought the property, but we never did anything on it. Now I'm trying to decide if I should just sell it or whatever. Yeah, land ownership ain't no joke, guys. It ain't, man, for real. Edward said he got Edward says, hold on, I'm not muted. I shouldn't be muted. Y'all can long as make sure y'all confirm y'all can hear me, because somebody asked me if I was muted. Edward said he got 250 acres flat land. That's that's a lot of property. What are you doing with it right now, man? You got to build out. That's pasture land. What is it? Timber? What you got going on with it, my friend? Yeah, that's a lot of land, man. Larry, since I cut down the trees on my land, when I go out there, it's making me itch bad. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, trees are important. Let me ask you a question. Do it flood when it rain though? Do it flood? Cause when I first started did it when I started cutting my trees, it started flooding, man. Yeah, you got cows? Oh, for sure, for sure. Yeah, what kind of herd you running, man? Um, yeah, cows is money. Yeah, cows is money. You know, it's money, man. You just gotta have the grass, or you gotta have some hay. You gotta have something to feed them jokers and water. You know, yeah, I don't really know what's causing you to itch, ma'am, but I can tell you this: trees are important. Like I did not realize how important trees are until I cut my trees down. When I cut my trees down, hey, listen here. Um, you had a lot of poison ivy and oak, poison oak. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I ain't sure. Yeah, yeah. Well, when we cut ours down, man, them jokers was doggone. Man, it flooded out here. I never understood what flash flood meant until I cut my trees down, y'all. When I cut my trees down, I found out I was standing in my driveway. I seen the water coming down the driveway, just watching it come down. That junk got all the way down here and it flooded. Um, so now you'll see we got the drains, the gutter set up. We got what you call a water break in the driveway. Basically, it's a hole, a culvert that's been dug in the driveway. But the biggest help is the grass. You need the grass, man. The trees and the grass. That'll stop the water. That'll stop the water. But if you don't have that, it gets real, real fast, y'all. It says, um, my brother said he sees us talking, but he can't get no sound for the last 2 minutes. I'm sorry, my friend. I don't know what's going on. I really don't. Yeah. Maybe I said something they don't like, a word or something they don't like. She said, it's some still back there. Were those German Shepherds? Yeah, they was German Shepherd puppies. We raised some German Shepherd puppies. Um, I wouldn't raise no more German Shepherds, guys. I don't. I'm alright on the German Shepherds. I like them. They fiercely loyal. But if you're trying to run on a farming type situation, don't get the Shelps. Don't get the Shelps. Mm-mm. Get you some livestock guardian dogs, man. Border collies if you want something to herd. The Shelps will do stuff like, as long as that animal don't leave a certain place, they fine. But if that joker stick his head out and try to rip his head off for him, then them Shelps, they something else. Don't if you don't have animals and you need personal protection, or you want the animal, you want the dogs to guard the land, the German Shepherds will do that. I'm telling. Listen, Duke them don't play. I don't say that. You know, some people brag on their dog. I don't say that lightly. I'm just telling you, them jokers do exactly what they was created to do, for real. Okay, everybody saying they can hear good. Pamela says I'm putting up a metal fence and you're trying to get the wood low. You're putting up metal fence. What do you mean metal fence? Are you saying is it like a metal privacy, or are you talking about like wire fence, panel fence? You got red faced cows. What are cows? What kind of cows are red faced cows, man? I ain't never even heard for cows. Yeah, heard for cows. I never even heard of red faced cows. I heard of Angus, Hereford, Limousine, Charolais. They say the best steak is it. So you put a sheet metal fence up, Pamela. Let me tell you something. How you know what's gonna be the issue with that sheet metal fence? The wind. The wind, Pamela. Be careful with that. The wind. So when you got a fence, you gotta have airflow. You need to let the air flow through. If you don't, you get a big windstorm through there, they'll come back through and tear all that fence up. for real. So be careful with that. And let me tell you how I know. I put sheet metal on my front gate up there, kept tearing it up. Every time we get a big windstorm. So you're gonna have to either cut some holes in the sheet metal to allow the wind to blow through. But just remember, I told you that putting up a bunch of metal fence without no way for the air to blow through, it's gonna tear up your stuff. I don't care if you got concrete posts in the ground, eventually it's gonna tear it up. I'm telling you. Yeah, you get a big windstorm. So just remember that when I tell you that now. Yeah, you gotta have way for the air to flow when you're doing fencing. And the only reason why I know this, because I did it and I tore some stuff up. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I would do you could do fencing if you're just trying to go for privacy. I'm gonna tell you another thing I did. I bought some cloth. They got this cloth, it's a mesh cloth. If you ever been to like a construction site, they put up like this mesh cloth to blow air through, but it blocks the view. So I bought that and I put it on my fence when we tore down the neighbor, so my neighbors couldn't see because it was bad, right? It was bad, it was horrible. So I put that up so my neighbors couldn't see, it was an eyesore at the time. And that got tore up. When that wind started coming through, man, it'll tear all your fences up, man. I'm telling you, it'll tear them up. Yeah. So think that through right there. Yeah. Hey, what's going on? A little of both. You got Black Angus. Okay, Black Angus, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, think about that before you do it, Pamela, because you could be setting yourself up for some for failure. You really could, because and then my goal with fencing is set it and forget it. Like I would like to set my fencing, leave it alone, go out there, spray around the base of it. May need to tighten this up, but if you do the fencing right, the fence will stand and it'll stay. If whoever doing it, do it right, right? So that would be my goal for my fencing project if I was you. My goal for my fencing project would be I may have to spend a little extra to get it done all the way right, but it's done. I don't have to do nothing. But when they not done right, you got to keep coming out there doing stuff. Yeah. So I got some fencing on the outside. I did my whole perimeter fencing around my whole place, right? And they didn't do a good job. I was in Atlanta. I wasn't down here. They just was doing whatever they could do to get money. And it's some places around here that's garbage, you know. They standing up, but they garbage. They didn't do a good job. So when I started building out my new fences, I had them go back and fix certain areas. But I'm looking at one right now. H brace way over there. This garbage. It's gonna have to be towed down eventually. So just spend the money, get the right people, get it done right the first time. Fence lasts a long time. Yep. She said I'll go over to Sarasota, Georgia and bought. Let me see. I can't see a bit. Okay. I can't see everything. But yeah, just with the fencing, it's better to just do it right on the front end. I'm gonna tell everybody that, man. Don't cut corners on the fencing. Get that done right. For real. For real. Yeah. Yeah, because especially when you talk about animals, animals coming on your place. Yeah, your animals getting out. That's a mess. For real. That's a mess. Yeah, animals getting on other people's properties, other people animals getting on your place. It's a mess, man. Yeah, don't do that. All right, I think I'm gonna wrap it up. I got some things to do. Man, I got a mouse in this doggone container up here. I don't know how they got in. I got a field mouse up in there. It was more than one. I got two of them already, but I don't know how them jokers got in. It's an airtight container, but I have been guilty of leaving that door open before. I don't know how they got in. It's an airtight container. It's an air and watertight container. There's a seal around the door when I lock it. And it's a mouse up in there right now. He up in there. I'm gonna get him. Yeah. One thing I done learned how to do is get some mice out of a place. Yeah. But because I had my chicken feed up in there. And I don't know how I got in there. But we'll figure it out. But yeah, let me wrap it up. I'm gonna get up out of here, guys. Get you some pepper and lime. Pepper and lime. All right. I bet AG came. I let AG came out to my and put my fence down for me. I hear you, man. You're getting your fence done right. Yeah, getting your fence right is yeah. They say she said, should we worry about the hand is it hantavirus? I don't. I mean, if it's here, it should have been already here, right? You know, they make stuff so glamorous, right? What's so different about now and then? It ain't just came out of nowhere. It's been here, right? According to them, if it came from mouse and mouse droppings, anywhere there is a mouse and mouse droppings, etc., right? Um, it should already been here. You see, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but I got a mouse in that doggone container up there. I got to get that joker out of there. You know what I mean? He up in there. I mean, he ain't around. Just if you talking about our products, and he ain't around. You know, our products and no stuff like that. Um, where I keep my feed at, and I don't know how he got in there. I don't know how he got in there. I really don't. But tonight'll be the night. All you need some peanut butter. You gotta put some peanut butter on a trap. Pow! That'll get him on. Be out of there. Yeah, put some chunky peanut butter on a trap. I have put it down before and watch him come up to it before I even got out. Wherever I was, I had a mouse before. That's why I tell anybody, if you live in the country, you cannot be paralyzed, afraid of mice and snakes. You can't be. I'm just telling you, because them jokers are around. Yeah, they're around. And if this is the first time seeing me online, I enjoy you. Thank you, Janet. Thank you. In my house, it works. Yeah. He said, yeah, I need some barn cats. Absolutely, but my dogs are, you know, you know how that go. So, but if I had some cats, oh man, you know, I love my dogs, but I've had a lot of regrets by purchasing them so fast and how I got them. Don't get me wrong, I love them. They my pets. They do a job. Duke don't play games. It ain't pretty much nothing you can throw to Bailey she won't eat. Like Bailey fierce, like ferocious, for real. Like a lot of people don't really know that, but she is. Um, but like right now, I need some cats, and as long as the cats stay where they supposed to be, we'll be okay. But I would like for the cats to roam. You know what I mean? Because what everybody fail to realize, them cats ain't no joke either. They'll kill snakes too. You know, yeah, cats ain't no joke. So and you really ain't gotta feed them. Like they'll figure it out for themselves. So that's what I really wish I could. I really wish I had about two good, just raw cats, just cats that I don't feed. Every now and then they come up and rub up against my leg, but they going on by their business. You know, you walk up, you say, "Oh, there he is sitting right there." You know that he drank water out the pond, like a real live wild animal. I want a feral cat down here that don't want nobody to pick it up, touch it, or nothing. Yeah, that's what I'm interested in. But let me wrap it up, man. Let me get up out of here. I gotta go. I gotta do that. Gotta feed all the animals. I haven't fed them yet. I gotta clean out. It's the chicken pen up there. I keep saying I gotta clean it out. I need to put the bucket on the tractor. I'm so glad I was talking because that would let me. Like I be really. I need to put my bucket on my tractor. Take the shovel. Put the stuff in the bucket of the tractor. Carry it back here. How I'm gonna get it back here then? I'm gonna need a wheelbarrow. Yeah. Maybe I could just dump the bucket of the tractor into a wheel. I don't know. But yeah, I'm thinking about the chicken manure. All right, y'all. Let me get up out of here. You got about 6 around your house. I need me some, man. I do, man. I need me some just raw dog, raw cats, man. Just yeah, I gotta go take care of business. You receive your order, Kristen. You can't wait to use it. Amen, somebody. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. So we have a new order of seasoning getting ready to come in. And what we're going to do is we're going to run a 20% off sale because some of you guys weren't able to order the seasoning because we sold out so fast, the Amen Somebody seasoning. So we got to get it. We got the seasoning coming in. And once we get it, you're going to see us do a video. I'm going to do a video. I'm going to probably do it 3 or 4 days, man. So I'm going to try to do some lives. I really want to do streaming every day because look, we're looking good on the stream though, y'all. Like, you feel me? I'm trying to. Hey, I want my stream to look like a TV show. That's what I'm working in. So when I do that, I'm gonna run a few ads and then let y'all know. 3 or 4 days, go ahead and get it to honor the 20%, because some of y'all weren't able to get the 20% deal. Because listen, y'all, when I put that stuff up, Sky did the video, man, that stuff sold out like we couldn't believe it. I told when me and Mill was like, we out of season. I was like, we out of season. Man, people bought so much of that stuff. So I'm gonna run a deal so you can get it. But yeah, Pam, I ain't gonna bring no cats out here, man, because them dogs will probably get them. You know what I mean? But if I was gonna get one, listen, it used to be a cat that lived around here. She had babies every year. And I mean, all you gotta do is just find one. I want a feral one. I want one that don't even come to you. Just look at you. You ain't gotta put no water down, no feed, nothing. Like, he ain't got no name. He just there. He just grateful to have him resident. And you just catch him out there shaking the mouse one day, or some animal. You're like, yeah, they ill. Yo. But anyway, let me roll. Larry, that oil ain't nothing but the truth. Yeah, you need some more seasoning. Yeah, we got plenty of oil. That's fine. Y'all know we got our co-packer that do the oil for us. We got a co-packer in Ocilla. We you know, we got the oil situation squared away. Our seasoning, we get that ordered out of up in Pennsylvania. So they show us some love and everything. Been dealing with those people up there, good folks. And yeah, so we'll have it either today or tomorrow. We'll have a new season today or tomorrow, guys. And I'm gonna run a sale, but yeah, that's what I need, me a wild one. I know. Let me get up out of here. I'm gonna roll, man. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. I think we did good today. I'm gonna try to stream every single day. I am. Be consistent with my streaming. If I miss it, try to my head, not my heart. But yeah, outdoors, indoors, everywhere. I'm gonna try to do some stream where y'all can talk to me and do this. Bro told me don't put no doggone cardboard in my garden. It's gonna cause termites, man. Darn it. And look at me. Hey man, nah, my okra gonna make it. My okra gonna make it. Let me get up out of here, y'all. I'm gonna catch up with y'all. I'm gonna talk to y'all next time. All right, this is Larry, man. Peace.